and they started hating each other, these people. The way to conquer men is by their passions. Catch but the ruling foible of their hearts, and all their boasted virtues shrink before you. Passion often makes fools of the ablest men, and able men of the most foolish. We resist our passions. It is more through our weakness than from our strength. Strong passions are the life of many virtues, but they need not necessarily be evil because they are passions and because they are strong. They may be likened to blood horses that need training and the curb only to enable those whom they carry to achieve the most glorious triumphs. The brain may devise laws for the blood, but a hot temper leaps over a cold decree. Ye stars that are the poetry of heaven, Lord Byron. And when I gaze into the stars, they look down upon me with pity from their serene and silent spaces, like eyes glistening with tears over the little lot of a man. Thousands of generations, all as noisy as down, have been swallowed up by time, and there remains no record of them any longer. Yet Arcturus and Orion, Sirius, Pleiades are still shining in their courses, clear and young as when the shepherd first noted them in the plain of Shinar. Lord Carlyle. He that loses wealth loses much. He that loses friends, he loses more. But he that loses his spirit loses all. The generous heart should scorn a pleasure which gives others. There's a kind of sympathy in souls that fits them for each other. We may be assured when we see two persons engaged in the warmth of a mutual affection that there are certain qualities in both their minds which bear a resemblance to one and another. Some say opposites attract. That is denying the fact. Slander is a vice that strikes a double blow, wounding both him that commits and him against whom it is committed. The sun shines both ways, east and west, north and south. Every direction light is shone unto thee. How frequently are the honesty and integrity of a man disposed of by a smile or a shrug? How many good and generous actions have been sunk into oblivion by a distrustful look, or stamped with the imputation of bad motives by a mysterious and seasonable whisper? A truth that disheartens because it is truth is of far more value than the most stimulating of falsehoods. Perfect truth is possible only with knowledge. And in knowledge, the whole essence of the thing operates on the soul and is joined essentially to it. Dissemination, discernation. These are two things that cause you to think. It is not so difficult a task to plant new truths as to root out old errors. For there is much to this paradox in men. They run after that which is new, but are prejudiced in favor of that which is old. Without seeking, truth cannot be known. It can neither be declared from pulpits, nor set down in articles, nor in any wise prepared and sold in packages ready for use. Truth must be ground for every man by himself out of its husk, with such help as he can get, indeed, but not without stern labor of his own. If thou desire to purchase honor with thy wealth, consider first how that wealth became thine. If thy labor got it, let thy wisdom keep it. If oppression found it, let repentance restore it. If thy parent left it, let thy virtues deserve it. So shall thy honor be safer, better, and of more substance. Nothing can be fairer or more noble than the holy fervor of true zealousness. A man's nature runs either to herb or weeds. Therefore let him seasonably water the one and destroy the other. There are plenty of well endowed. It strikes me as unfair and even in bad taste to select a few of them for boundless admiration, attributing superhuman powers of the mind and of character to them. This has been my fate, and the contrast between the popular estimate of my powers and the achievements thereof, and the reality is simply grotesque. There is but one road to lead us to God, to lead us to all goodness. That is humility. Other ways would only lead us astray, even were they fenced in with all of the virtues that could be afforded. The habit of intemperance by men in office has occasioned more injury to the public and more trouble to the public than all other causes. And were I to commence my administrative tasks again, the first question I would ask respecting a candidate for office or an officer of the court would be, does he use ardent spirits? Death, having occasion to choose a prime minister, summoned his illustrious courtiers and allowed them to present their claims for the office of death. Fever flushed his cheeks, palsy shook his limbs, dropsy inflated his carcass, gout racked his joints, asthma half strangled him. Stone and colic bleeded their violence, plague his southern destructions, and consumption was certainty. Then came war with stern confidence, alluding to his many thousands devoured at a meal. Last came intemperance, with a face like fire, shouting, "Give way, ye sickless, sickly, ferocious band of pretenders. Am I not your parent? Does not sagacity trace your origin to me? My operation ceasing, whence your power began?" The grisly monarch here gave a smile of approbation and placed intemperance at his right hand as his favorite and his prime minister thereof.